A couple years ago, one of my guys was like, oh, you know a lot of real estate guys. We should get that 360 camera. That's $3,500 and we can go sell those services. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So I spend the $3,500, get this camera. And then I'm like, oh shit, I got to build a new business. You know what that camera's never done?
It's probably never left the bag.
It's never left the shelf.
I felt so bad a couple months ago. I had this AC unit go out and I asked a guy to help me get someone over there to fix it. And the guy calls and it was going to be like, I think it's like $9,800 for a condenser and installed. It was hot. So there's some surge pricing there. But anyway, I was like, man, that's just way too much. And through the text message chain, he's like, well, you want one that's used? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, that'll be $2,000. I'm just like, that shit's stolen.
Yeah,
Like,
that's off the back of the truck.
But at that point, I'm just kind of like, I didn't steal it. Someone stole from me, so maybe it's mine.
I like to push back a little bit.
In the Marine Corps, we always said there's only one thief in the Marine Corps. Everyone else is just trying to get their shit back.
I swear to goodness, on Monday, we had a property that we sold on. This happened on Friday. Property we sold yesterday. It was a duplex. Someone clipped out both the AC units. Shit, you not. Guess who just bought 2 AC units off the back of a truck? Your boy Bobby.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you just bought my AC units. Yeah, thanks, Jerry. Thanks.
So I want to go back a little bit and push back because what you're referring to is like vertical integration, vertical integration, but
buying the AC company,
buying the plumbing
gotcha.
and the AC and having all these services. And if you're already making that shift to only doing single family and maybe not so much of the multifamily, and then also only staying in Columbus because you don't want to be too widespread, and Art of War, go deep in that one spot. But aren't you kind of going against that mindset if you are, unless you have a shit ton of doors?
Right.
I'm just a real conversation. I think he's agreeing with me right now the way he's sitting. But because if you want to go deep, if you're taking that approach and that advice from that book on here, then all of a sudden, hey, I'm going to add this plumbing component because quick zoom out. A couple years ago, one of my guys was like, oh, you know a lot of real estate guys. We should get that 360 camera. That's $3,500 and we can go sell those services. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So I spend the $3,500, get this camera. And then I'm like, oh shit, I got to build a new business. You know what that camera's never done?
It's probably never left the bag.
It's never left the shelf. Yeah, because I don't have time to build another business over here.
The eBay listing will be in the show notes.
Well, by now it's not worth it. I'll just put it on the shelf. But my point to that is if you are thinking about doing a plumbing and the AC, those are whole brand new businesses and that come with their own problems.
For sure. So if I have a guy who wants to retire who has 5 techs and he just wants to be done and I can buy him out, knowing that whatever I bought him out, I'm going to have 100% ROI next year. How can I get 100% ROI in my business? I can't.
Right.
And knowing that he wants to run the show and just get a paycheck. And that's what I'm talking about.
Huge difference between building something and buying something.
Right.
Huge difference.
So
absolutely.
I just want to buy that time. That's all.
Well,
and that makes sense to me.
You're trying to buy the margin and buy the time and get an ROI at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Because ultimately, I think what I hear though is it's more about trying to lower the cost so you don't have to evict or sell.
And so we can keep people in place.
Well, I mean, that's the whole reason. When I built this company, the media company, everybody's like, don't hire, just per contract, get a contract, day rates. The problem with the video world is day rates is like $1,500 to $2,500. I'd rather just hire somebody and then have access to them all the time. So it sounds like it's similar. Like if you have an HVAC problem and instead of spending a guy $5,000, well, hey, you make $20 an hour or $50 an hour, go fix the thing.
Bingo.
There you go.
Bingo.
Yeah, get it.
Buy your Freon by the pallet.
Exactly. And, for us, I mean, we have, an acquisition side, and these all have separate bank accounts, LLCs, divisions, all that stuff, completely separated. But we look at it in a couple different components. We have the acquisitions division. We have our flip division. We have our buy and hold division. We also have a construction company where we have 16 full-time guys that swing hammers. And that basically just feeds all of our rehab. So I know that they're done on time. They're done correctly. We can try to be in budget. mean, let's be real, we're never always in budget or never on time, but at least we could try, right?
But do you at least have a budget?
But at least for sure.
Well, there you go.
We have
That's a
control.
start.
But for us, we're buying the same house over and over.
Yeah.
We're not doing anything more than a $60,000 rehab. So if we go over $5,000, am I going to make that back? Yeah.
How much was that $60,000 rehab 4 years ago?
30.
Mm.
When I would look at one of these split level houses that needed paint, carpet, maybe a redo of the kitchen, maybe you're painting the cabinets, throwing on a slab of granite and kind of putting it back on the market, that's 30 grand.